Muscatine. It's Wednesday, but for us it's Monday. In case you didn't notice, you got repeats of the Muscatine Today Show, Monday and Tuesday. We took a quick little run out to, this is one of the great things about Muscatine, is you are within driving distance of so many things. This one was a little long, but we took a quick road trip out to Canton, Ohio, to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and stopped at Wrigley on the way back. And I'll tell you this, if you have a free weekend and you have a kid or you enjoy pro football, it is well worth the drive. I think it was like 8 hours, something like that. So I mean, it's fairly long, but absolutely a tremendous experience. And then we've all been to Cubs games, I would assume, if you're, into that at all, I guess. You should go to Wrigley on a day where they don't have a game and do the tour. You get to do tons of awesome stuff. We got to go down in the dugout, out on the field, into the Ivy, up in the press box, tons of awesome stuff. So that's why, in case you were wondering, that's why you guys got stuck with reruns Monday and Tuesday. But we're back, and we have Lilly Gray, who's half asleep, I think still, Elsie Lewis, and Kelly Gray here with me from, I would say the Muscatine varsity softball team, but Kelly's not a varsity player anymore. Used to be, way back.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
So, girls, we've talked a ton. It seems like every time I turn around, I'm pointing my camera at you guys for some reason. Like, we were there all softball season, and then I ran into you guys at the fair, and then we just did. They were in the, okay, so you guys all know we were at the fair, right? And we took a whole bunch of really cool pictures, and so I'm floating through the sea of humanity that was the Turner concert, and I'm going through the front with my gimbal and camera and everything, and all of a sudden I run into this pocket of the softball girls who I had literally just been talking to that morning, or like you guys had just gotten back, hadn't you, from state? And then yesterday we were out doing media day, which I can't wait to show you guys some of the stuff that's coming out of that. Media day yesterday for volleyball, girls swimming, girls cross country, and we got one coming up for football and everything else. So how are you two? Are you guys like slowing down at all before school, or?
No.
You want to use the mic there? Come on, Lil.
No, I think we're feeling ready for school, I would say, right? Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. So, quick, you guys obviously have had two great back-to-back seasons. Third place 2 years in a row. What's been your favorite thing out of the last 2 years? Ooh. Oh, actually, no, I lied. I went off script. We were going to talk about my favorite thing, or one of my favorite things, is when they get on base. If you guys watched the broadcast, you saw this, and it was kind of ridiculous. But what was it you guys, every time you got to first, you did something, like, what was that? Like, what all did you guys do?
Yeah, it's just like a little celebration, I guess, when we get on base. Just something to do to our team, to get our team involved in the dugout. First base was, I don't even remember.
Like a lasso.
It was like a
it
lasso.
was like a...
Here, can you do it, Will?
Oh, okay, I guess I can do it.
There you go, all right.
And then second base, we had a couple, but...
Yeah, we had a lot of different ones.
What was the last one?
It was E.
Oh, yeah, that was one, okay. I didn't realize, like, halfway through, like, obviously I saw all the first base ones, and I saw you celebrating at the other bases. I didn't realize there was actually a specific thing for each base until one of you told me, like, at the end of the season. But anyway, so great job, congratulations. I know it wasn't necessarily exactly what you guys wanted, but it was still a hell of a season, and I don't doubt that you guys will continue to be right there. So we have to find a way to make sure that we get them there, right, Kelly?
That's right.
So and this is something that we want to make sure that we stay really clear on. So, like, the Muscatine MHS softball boosters supports the varsity team, well, the whole high school
Correct,
team.
the whole high school team. Yep.
So like JV, that whole group. And you guys are the ones that raise the money that covers the stuff that the school budget can't. So, like,
Correct.
when the girls go up to state, it covers like the hotels and stuff like that, and you guys cover like the preseason tournaments and things like that. What all else do you guys kind of help make sure the girls have?
So basically, our rule is whatever the high school, whatever the school district can't cover, You know, like this year we did the indoor facility form to practice at the lab. So we paid for the preseason and during season 2 for that. Hotel cost during season, we cover that. The other need that they had this year was some new uniforms, and it wasn't quite our time to get the new uniforms, so we covered the cost of that. So anything that needs to be picked up that these girls need during the season, basically we try to help out with that.
And one of the things that, you know, is I've kind of been in and around the lab a lot, and like as it was first opening, we were getting a lot of video and pictures and stuff for the website. These girls are there all the time. Like you could probably know every square inch of that lab, I would imagine. What's it like for you guys being able to have a facility like that to be able to practice all year round? Do you like it or do you get sick of it? Or both?
Both, for sure. I like it a lot because if it's snowing, raining, you can still get a practice in. It's a nice facility. It's like it's brand new and stuff. So I mean, but I mean, it is, we do kind of get sick of it sometimes just doing the same thing, but it helps us get better. So.
Yeah. And that's one thing, you know, Coach Hopkins, if you go back and listen to like some of the things that he's said over the season, and especially at the end on the diamond after you guys won to go to state, it was talking about how you guys put in the time. Like, this is what you guys work for. And I'll tell you folks, and this is not to diminish any of the other teams because I don't necessarily see them as much, but I can tell you that these girls put in more time and effort than you can possibly imagine. And it's why they get the results they do. I mean, obviously, you are the most consistently successful program in Muscatine, and I don't know if you guys always realize how much that means to the community. Like, when you guys are there in February and it shows in July, we all know. So, something that as a community we're extremely proud of. So, don't ever forget that. Hopefully, maybe remember that on, you know, those like February 3rd days that you don't want to get up and go. Remember that there's a whole town waiting for you to get your butt out of bed and go, right? And if Lily ever needs some motivation, let me know. I'll just buzz her. And so to help fund all this, obviously you guys have to raise money.
We do.
And so you guys have done, this is your fourth?
This will be our 4th year, yep.
Year of doing a golf fundraiser.
Correct.
Which is in 2 Saturdays, not
Yep.
this coming Saturday, the 26th.
It's the next one.
And there's still room to play, right?
There is, yep.
So there's 2 tee times available. It's like 7:30 and
1:30.
1:30.
1:30, yep.
Do you have to have a foursome, or can you just kind of sign up as yourself and you can make some? Or?
We prefer a foursome. So right now, like I said, it's our 4th annual time doing this. This is our one big fundraiser for the year. We try to do this because parents have kids in multiple sports. So for softball, we try to do one big one. It's kind of all hands on deck to help support these gals for the season, for the JV and varsity season. Right now, we're one shy of being full in our AM time slot. We still have several spots available in our PM time slot. You can sign up online. There'll be contact information listed for that. You can pay by check. You can pay by Venmo. We have all that available too. For those, it's $260 per team. It's $65 per person. That covers your lunch, 18 holes of golf with a cart, a tea gift that we're handing out, and they'll be pretty cool, a drink ticket, and we'll serve all the lunch. You can kind of grab and go. It's a sack lunch. You get that. You can eat it whenever you want to. It's also going to be games set up during the day. We'll have raffle prizes. We'll have silent auctions. We'll have a 50-50. There's all kinds of fun things to everybody involved for the day. And you don't have to be a golfer to come enjoy the day. Certainly, any donations are certainly appreciated from the community for the girls too. So,
Yeah, and that's one thing to remember. Like, Muscatine obviously has a whole bunch of softball programs, you know what I mean? And it's important to understand how they all sort of coexist and how they work together to ultimately feed the varsity program that we all see on the field every season. So, you know, you've got like MGSA, which is like the city league out there. You've got Muscatine softball. Like there's, I don't even remember, but there's like the, where did you, what team did you play on before? Prospects, that's it, yeah. So like when they're coming around and asking for help on these fundraisers, remember that, yeah, you may have heard another softball thing, but there's several organizations that it takes all of them doing what they do to get the product on the field that we get. So just remember you got a couple of them to support all year, not just one, right?
Correct.
So when you guys, and real quick, the contact information is in the posts, both on YouTube and Facebook. Of course, we've got it on discovermuscatine.com. You can find it anywhere. But what do you guys think is going to be the most fun at the golf tournament this year? Are you guys going to do anything silly, stupid?
So the cool thing about the golf tournament is all the girls, it's all hands on deck. All the girls work it. So I'll let them give their perspective.
Yeah, my favorite is driving around the golf cart, but
How far away did I see that coming?
but I think I actually enjoy helping out. It's a long day, but it's nice because it's nice to give back to the community and like help work it and stuff. So.
And I'd say there's a lot of fun stations for like the golfers to go around too with the girls there. So it's just a fun environment and there's a lot of people there and you get to see people you know too. So it's fun to be with your community.
It is. And one thing I'll tell you folks, I'm lucky. I get to be around the high school teams a lot, right? Whether it's summer, baseball, softball, the football, volleyball teams like yesterday. Being around these kids will make you feel better about the future. Cause it's really easy to sit back sometimes and be like, oh my goodness, what's going on? Cause you hear all the bad stuff, but that's 5% of the population or whatever it is. When you watch these kids, they're out there busting their butt. They're doing everything you could want them to do. They are a little goofy sometimes. They are a little extra sometimes. But we all were at that age, and that's fine. But you will feel better spending $65, $260. Spend an afternoon. You will be invigorated when you leave, because you'll see how excited they are for it, and it's worth the time just for that. So, do you guys? That's pretty much everything. It's pretty cut and dry. Just go play golf.
Yeah.
Help them raise some money and go, right?
Yeah, and I'll add one more thing. We want to thank the community. Without this, we couldn't do it. So, and then also we want to thank Brian and Muni for letting us have our event there for that whole day.
Yeah, because that takes a ton.
It's a ton of prep work, and we're there the entire day.
Yeah,
So.
And Brian does a really good job. I got to work with him on the city golf tournament last year, and those things it was the first golf tournament. I played in a ton. I never realized how much flipping work they were.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
I conceptually knew they were a bunch of work, but it also, makes me think about Tom Hendricks and what they do with Big Muscatine Charities one. So if you're a golfer, go golf. If you're not, I assume, have you guys ever thought about doing a thing? This could be a station, maybe hole 7. Yeah, maybe hole 7 going back out away. Maybe have people tee off with a baseball bat and golf ball and let them do pepper with golf ball and a baseball bat.
Yeah, we actually did we actually did that. So the golfers.
I thought I had a great idea that was
the golfers could pick a player a certain amount of players would be at the hole and they could pick their player or whatever to hit it far. We just hit it like a softball or a wiffle ball type thing off a bat. And then they got to tee off from where the ball lands from the player where she hits it and stuff. But it took too long. There's lots of backup and it was just clogged up. So we had to get things flowing so we couldn't do it anymore.
Well, no offense, Lil, but I would not have you do that for me. So for those of you who don't know, Lily's more of a slapper, right? So I think all season, I don't think you hit this. Probably average distance the ball went was 50 feet, maybe. But she gets on all the time, so it works. No, that's a compliment. That's good, right? She just hits the ball on the ground and beats it out, right? But yeah, I don't think I'd use you for that. Maybe Becca or you or maybe one of the other girls. But so yeah, don't forget. So that's next Saturday out at Muni. First tee time is pretty full.
Yep, first tee time's pretty full.
Afternoons wide open. So make sure you contact Shannon, get signed up, or send us a message. We'll get you in contact if you don't find the contact info or anything like that. But
Yep.
Awesome. Anything else that you guys want the world to know? Like, any announcements? Like, are you gonna like guarantee victory next year, or like, no, come on. Steelers gonna do anything special for your dad? Give him a go Steelers, something.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's excited about the season.
I don't know if I'm a fan this year.
Awesome. All right. Well, ladies, thank you for stopping in. Keep up the great work.
Yep.
And I'm sure I'll stop out and get some pictures and stuff on Saturday. So, Muscatine, that is your show for today, and we will be back with you tomorrow morning. Enjoy your